Let me take you back to 1944, to South Carolina, and to a name history nearly forgot. George Junius Stinney Jr. George was just 14 years old, a black boy in Alcolu, South Carolina, a small for his age, quiet, thoughtful boy. He lived in a segregated town with his parents and siblings. The town was divided, not just by the train tracks running through it, but by color lines and hate. On March 23, 1944, two young white girls, Betty June Binnicker and Mary Emma Thames, went out on their bicycles. They never came home. The next day, their bodies were found in a ditch, bludgeoned, brutally murdered. The town was outraged, grieving, searching for someone to blame, and they found George. Not through evidence, not through eyewitnesses, but through the poisonous lens of racial bias and fear. They said George had spoken to the girls earlier that day. That was enough. George was taken from his home by white police officers. No warrant, no lawyer, no parents present. He was interrogated for hours, some say without food, without water, and certainly without mercy. At the end of it, they claimed he confessed, but there is no written confession, no signed statement, just the words of the officers. In less than 2 months, George Stinney Jr. was put on trial. The courtroom was segregated. His lawyer called no witnesses. The trial lasted just 2 hours. The jury deliberated for 10 minutes. He was found guilty and sentenced to death by electric chair. He was 14, the youngest person in modern U.S. history to be executed. He was so small, he had to sit on a Bible to reach the straps of the chair. In Proverbs 6:16 and 17, it says, "There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood." The killing of George Stinney Jr. wasn't just a legal tragedy, it was a moral failure, a spiritual stain, a nation shedding of innocent blood in the name of false justice. The church at large was silent. The voices that should have cried out were quiet, comfortable behind stained glass windows. And what does silence mean when a child is led to the electric chair? It took 70 years until 2014 for a judge to vacate George's conviction. Too late for George, but not too late for the truth. The judge ruled that George was denied due process, that there was no physical evidence, and that the confession was likely coerced. But deeper than any legal ruling is the truth that this child, George, deserved to live. His history is not just a tale of the past, it's a mirror to the present, because hands are still shedding innocent blood. In Proverbs